Welcome back to Sepang. I'm Nick Harris, sitting alongside me, Matt Burt, down in pit lane, Dylan Gray for this penultimate round.
Front row of the bit, so did Valentino Rossi. Dani Pedrosa moves to the middle of the track on that run down to the first corner. Jorge Lorenzo's been swamped by the two factory Ducatis. Disastrous start for Lorenzo. It's Dovizioso that tries to sweep around the outside of Rossi. It's the two Hondas led by Dani Pedrosa that lead this race. Dovizioso, Lorenzo getting squeezed by the two Ducatis. What a nightmare for the Spaniard.
Lorenzo trying to fight his way through the pack. The two Hondas lead the way, but Rossi in third place. Turn 3, up towards turn 4 they come. Pedrosa leads Marquez. Here comes Lorenzo up the inside on the brakes. What a move by Lorenzo.
Lorenzo up the inside of both the factory Ducatis at turn number 4. Brilliant from the number 99. That was reminiscent of Andrea Iannone last weekend at Phillip Island when he swept under Marc Marquez and Valentino Rossi. It's Dani Pedrosa that leads this Malaysian Grand Prix from Marquez, from Rossi. Lorenzo having to fight really hard though to make a break away from Dovizioso.
Crucial first lap of the race. Through 7 and 8 they come. Up now towards turn 9. Favourite overtaking place at this circuit. Even Rossi, I don't think, will attempt it this time around. The Ducatis of Iannone in particular try to fight back against Lorenzo.
Up through turn 11. Opening lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix. It's Dani Pedrosa chasing a 7th Premier Class podium here in the Far East. There is Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo, has he finally broken that determined early charge of the Ducati GP15s of Andrea Dovizioso and Andrea Iannone. There's Pol Espargaro in 7th place. Good start to this race for Pol Espargaro. He's gained 5 places on the opening lap.
Rossi closing up on Marc Marquez. Remember the war of words on Thursday evening from Rossi. Down the back straight, well over 200 miles an hour, down through the gearbox into turn 15.
We're about to complete the first lap then. It is Pedrosa from Marquez, then it's Valentino Rossi. Jorge Lorenzo has clawed right up onto the back wheel of Valentino Rossi. This is going to be the first big shootout between the two factory Yamaha riders, and Lorenzo makes his move up the inside the first corner. Caught Rossi napping in the braking zone for turn number 1. Rossi tries to fight back, they almost touch through the first corner. Lorenzo up into third.
Oh, Lorenzo has been mighty aggressive on the first lap, even more aggressive up at turn 1. They almost touch, but Lorenzo now up into third place. Honda's at the front, Lorenzo third. Rossi, Iannone, great start as you say from Pol Espargaro. Despite that injured neck, that would not be enough. 8 points. We'd be on our way to Valencia. We saw it in Moto 3. You blink and it changes at the top of the championship table.
Brilliant move by Lorenzo on the brakes down into that first corner to take third place away from Valentino Rossi. The live World Championship standings, Rossi's lead will be cut down to 8 points heading to that final round in Valencia. Of course, it was 8 points, the gap between Rossi and Nicky Hayden 9 years ago, and we all know what happened there between the American and the Italian. Can Rossi respond in his favourite braking zone, turn number 9? No, he can't, not close enough. Lorenzo holds firm. Lorenzo and Rossi then trying to break away from Dovizioso. Andrea Iannone really struggling to go with his Ducati teammate. He's dropped down in 6th place.
Valentino Rossi made a decent start. Near as that overtaking manoeuvre at turn 1. He came from a long way back. They almost... Rossi tries to pull back up the inside. Lorenzo, as they flick it left through turn 2 where it dips away, just holds the advantage. Problems here for Iannone.
Well, we said Iannone was struggling to run the pace of the top 6, and that's the reason why. Mechanical on that factory GP15. About to complete the second lap. It's still Dani Pedrosa that leads the way from Marc Marquez. Then it's Lorenzo through turn number 15. Valentino Rossi in 4th. Now, what's the gap between Lorenzo and Rossi at the end of this second lap? Is Rossi finding it hard to go with his teammate? Lorenzo has just set the best lap of the race, a 2:00.6, and worrying for Valentino Rossi, it was half a second quicker than the Italian.
This is Lorenzo in turn 1. This is where he took over third place on the last lap from Valentino Rossi. Lorenzo really has got the charge on through turn 3. They start climbing the hill up towards turn 4. Valentino Rossi Well, it's early stages of the race. You can't talk about damage limitation just that. There is Andrea Dovizioso, just got a glimpse of him. And Cal Crutchlow moving up into 6th place.
Marquez out wide at turn number 4. He got it wrong on the brakes down into turn number 4. Jorge Lorenzo sweeps underneath him. Lorenzo now into 2nd place. Starts the pursuit of Dani Pedrosa, but it was a mistake by Marquez on the brakes into turn 4.
What an important mistake that could be. Rossi now closes up on Marquez. This is going to be very, very fierce indeed after the war of words on Thursday night. Pedrosa, Lorenzo, Marquez, Rossi closes up as they come into turn 9. 17 and a half laps to go. What a race already unfolding.
Lorenzo was half a second inside of Marc Marquez's race lap record set last year on the 2nd lap of this Malaysian Grand Prix, and Lorenzo now in 2nd place. He took full advantage of that mistake by Marquez up at turn number 4. We're back on board with Marquez through turn number 12. There is Valentino Rossi then trying to find his way through. It's Dani Pedrosa that's in control though of this Sepang race. Pedrosa's advantage over Lorenzo, it's up to almost 1 second. Marquez is a further half a second back.
Here comes Rossi, we ride with him. Marquez in front of him. I don't think he is quite close enough on the brakes. They come even. Valentino Rossi can't get up the inside of Marquez as they come into turn 15. This is the way Lorenzo slipped down on sudden. Rossi almost up the inside of Marquez as they accelerate up towards turn 1. 17 laps to go.
Marc Marquez talked yesterday about problems he was having with front end grip, and there he was in hot at turn number 15. He's having real issues stopping that factory Honda on a full fuel load in the early part of this Malaysian Grand Prix. That's giving Jorge Lorenzo a chance to pull away in 2nd place. It gave Lorenzo the chance to take 2nd place on the last lap at turn number 4. So Marquez having a few issues on the brakes with that front tyre. Great chance now. Can Rossi pounce up at turn number 4? He's certainly close enough to move up the inside. Rossi takes 3rd place. He's up the inside of Marquez. Rossi makes it stick. Rossi back up into 3rd. Marquez tries to squirt it back through 5. Rossi's got the inside line. Rossi 3rd.
Marquez will fight back. Rossi up into 3rd place through 5 and now coming through turn 6. Marquez very close through 6. 7 and 8 coming up. One of the favourite overtaking places about to arrive. It's turn 9 and Marquez closing up on Rossi. Round 8 they come. Little short straight. 9 approaches.
When was the last time we saw Marc Marquez going backwards in a MotoGP race? It's Dani Pedrosa, his teammate, that still holds an 0.8 of a second advantage over Jorge Lorenzo. There was Rossi, a little bit slow coming out of turn 9. He's under pressure from Marquez, but Marquez is having pretty major front-end grip issues in the early part of this race. He's already succumbed to Lorenzo and to Rossi at turn number 4.
There is Marquez, there is Rossi. We've ridden